It's the game we've all been waiting for to decide the winner of Group A. It is Brazil and Venezuela. Both of these teams come into this game 3-0. The winner will win Group A. The loser will take on Argentina in the semifinals. Good evening and welcome back to Pedro de Caracas for the 2016 South American Championship Tournament. Alongside Louis Shine and Victor Mansur joining us for this game. I'm Craig Feda, and guys, we've been looking forward to this game all week. Everybody in the stands has been looking forward to it. Probably everybody in Caracas has been looking forward to it. Both of these teams have been dominant thus far in the tournament.
Definitely been dominant. Really, they haven't faced anybody that has given them a challenge. So they've had to resort to playing games where they've been up by large margins, but at the same time, just having to work on different things, working on their press breaker, working on plays, so that they can stay sharp for a game like this.
We get the upper bowl view there of people coming in and a lot of people outside still. And we're going to see here Venezuela with the group strength, bringing guys from the bench, keeping up their philosophy. And Brazil looking for, I would say, even an upset, because Venezuela, the continental winners.
Well, we got here this morning at about 10:45. There were people lined up halfway around the building already.
Yeah, I've never been to any kind of event where I've seen a line that long waiting for a sporting match.
And the entrances for the upper bowls are free, so that's why the big lineups. And people have been looking forward, as we mentioned, and they can't wait to get this ball started. Too bad we only get to play one of them, one game.
Brazil has been introduced onto the floor, and now the roar you hear is for Venezuela. Venezuela comes into this game. They've got a lot of weapons, as does Brazil. Jose Vargas has played very well. David Cubalon got hot from 3 in the last game. Nestor Colmenares was particularly strong last game. Brazil, however, experienced, big, and athletic. You talk about Carlos Oliveira, Fulvio, Rafael Mineiro, Marcus Toledo. Brazil absolutely loaded from top to bottom, Louis.
They are. One of the players that I like the most for them is Batista. Definitely a force down low. Also, Lucas has been one of the guys that has been able to come in off the bench and really contribute. Their big guys can really move. They're solid inside as well as outside. So I think as they go about this game, Venezuela's going to have an answer for that.
João Batista, a graduate from Gonzaga with Adam Morrison and them when they lost in the heartbreaking in the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. And Olivinha, as you mentioned, and the Brazilian bigs, a good matchup versus the Venezuela bigs.
Time now for the national anthems. First, for the visiting team of Brazil.
En primera instancia, himno nacional de la República Federativa del Brasil. y que se escuche en todo el mundo.
That was the national
Vamos a
anthem for
entonar
Brazil,
y a
and
escuchar
now
las gloriosas notas de nuestro himno nacional de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela. Gloria al bravo pueblo.
Good evening and welcome in once again to Poliedro de Caracas in Caracas, Venezuela for the 2016 South American Championship Tournament. This, gentlemen, the final game of group play, the one everyone's been looking forward to, Brazil and Venezuela. There you get a look at our officials for this game. Stephen Seibel from Canada, Roberto Vasquez from Puerto Rico, and Alejandro Sanchez from Uruguay. Alongside Victor Mansur and Louis Shine, I'm Craig Feda. And guys, not only do these teams want to win as a matter of national pride and basketball supremacy, they want to avoid having to play Argentina in the semifinals.
After us seeing that matchup that Argentina just played against Colombia, they're just solidifying their place as one of the great teams here in Caracas.
There's a look at the starting five for Venezuela. Cubalon and Vargas, the guards. Luis Barthelemy in the starting lineup tonight, along with Dwight Lewis and Gregory Echenique at center. And now the full roster for Brazil, coached by Gustavo Conti. And the starters for Brazil, Carlos Oliveira, Fulvio at point guard, Rafael Minejo at center, Leo Mendel, and Marcus Toledo. And there's a look at the venerable Nestor Garcia, and he's got his game face on already, gentlemen. And Gustavo Conti, coaching Brazil in this tournament.
Had a chance to speak with the Brazilian coaching staff, and they appreciate the fact that they're here playing against Venezuela in the group phase because they want to be tested early, so when rougher times come ahead in the semifinals or in the final, they have gone through the test, because Venezuela, as we know, going to play within their system, going to play full court defense, going to move the ball in the offense and shoot those long threes. So Brazil looking forward to the challenge.
3 games already completed today. Bolivia with the overtime thriller over Ecuador, 75-74. Uruguay defeated Chile, 88-56. And then just a little bit ago, Argentina with a shooting clinic over Colombia, 97-66. Hey! Paraguay and Colombia. We know the 4 semifinal participants, but we do not yet know what time they will be playing and in what order. It will depend on the outcome of this game. The semifinalists, Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and Uruguay.
Well, due to national TV, I believe Venezuela might play last game even if they win or lose.
That's what I would figure, but all the other particulars, it'll depend on the outcome of this game. Team Venezuela out on the courts. And Brazil getting some last-minute instructions and starters talking to each other, making sure that they've got their assignments straightened out.
And Louis, we spoke about the bigs of Venezuela and the bigs of Brazil, and this will be interesting to see how they match up against each other. Will they subs along with the substitution of each other's team, or will they think that will they play that matchup, or will Venezuela have an advantage inside and with that all-around skill play that they have from the bigs?
Just being able to see both teams. Just being able to see both teams already, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they shuffle their bigs in and out. They both have tremendous bigs on and off the bench as well.
Echenique jumping against Minejo, and we are underway. Echenique wins the tip. And Venezuela in its first offensive set. Jose Vargas, the veteran. His brother Gregory coming off the bench for Nestor Garcia. Cubalon steps on the baseline, and it's an early turnover for Venezuela.
I think neither team in this matchup can afford a whole lot of turnovers in this game because each team has the ability to capitalize on each possession.
Rafael hits the first bucket of the game for Brazil, and it's 2-0.
Can decide it off that baseline screen, turnaround jumper. No hesitation whatsoever.
Vargas to Echenique. Now Barthélemy, and Cubalon has it. There's Dwight Lewis, another veteran, has his shot blocked. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Brazil ball.
We spoke about when you play away and you use the host time environment to your favor. Let's see if Brazil comes out focused and can go throughout the whole 40 minutes.
One of the things that I once read about playing on the road in a hostile environment, as Fulvio draws the foul against Cubalon, is to listen for the silence. If it's quiet, you know you're doing your job.
And to make this place quiet, Brazil is going to have to move the ball around, play the half-court game, load the turnovers, as you mentioned, Louis, and maybe try to grab a lead or be in front the entire game.
Minejo misses over Vargas. They had the mismatch when Echenique jumped out on Fulvio, but could not capitalize. Now Fulvio was trying to find Rafael Minejo on the cut, and the pass was a little too far. How are my Brazilian pronunciations so far, Victor?
Well, Craig, I believe you're doing great, and I'm really proud of how long you've become. I've seen a couple of people struggle with it, but does not seem like it be your case. Soon enough, you'll be doing them in Portuguese.
Toledo. And it's 4-0 Brazil.
Toledo, one of those guys that just looks at basketball with so much, he's got this hungry look at him. He wants to win, he wants to battle, and that thing, it bounces off to other players.
Yeah. Kind of like Lewis in front of the buffet line. Cubalon hangs in the lane, misses right. Echenique, the strong rebound, and draws the foul. That's going to be on Leo Mendel.
It's a little late foul call, but it was the right call.
I think we maybe just couldn't hear the whistle.
That could be it too. It's kind of loud in here.
And the free throw good by Echenique. Fulvio, and he quiets the crowd again.
And we talk about that silence. You need an experienced point guard. And Fulvio, with a lot of experience, has won this tournament before. 30-some plus age and knows how to play the half-court game.
Cubalon trying to find Echenique, poked out of bounds by Leo Mendel. Now Vargas brother number 2 comes on, replacing David Cubalon. Cubalon coming off to a nice hand. Brazil on top 6-3.
It's got to be super cool to play on the same team with your brother.
And at this level too, right? Not only you're playing with your brother, but you're playing for your national team at home. This is something they're going to talk about over a few Christmases.
Oh, yeah.
Next couple of years.
Venezuela loses track of the shot clock, and Vargas tried to make a pass out of the corner and threw it into the stands at half court. Did not even get a shot off. Approaching 7 minutes to play first quarter. Oh, the pretty dish from Fulvio to Minejo. It's 8-3 Brazil.
Tremendous on how you have the big roll to the basket like that.
And have your point guard recognize and feed him.
Offensive foul on Echenique, setting the screen for Lewis.
Because Fulvio, one of those guys that have led the Brazilian league. You see right there the movie screen, but Fulvio has led the Brazilian league in assists for 6 or 7 seasons. That's why they brought him in, even though 30-some years old, and they got a couple youngs on the squad, but you need an experienced point guard to put things in place.
And Gregory Vargas whistled for his first foul.
Brazil's a team, they're going to make Venezuela work. This is not just going to be an easy win, good crowd, and we had a great night. It's not going to be like that.
Don't forget, Brazil playing with a little bit of a sour taste in its mouth after its disappointing performance at FIBA Americas.
Yeah, I spoke to Olivinha about that number 10. Had the privilege, or how can I say, the pleasure of starting my playing career alongside Olivinha. So we're good friends, and he told me, yeah, we want to get back to where we think Brazil should be.
Bellamy left side to Lewis, and another foul away from the ball. This one's going to be on Rafael Minejo. That's his first. Now, Victor, explain to us, if you will, and we talked about this at FIBA Americas in Edmonton for the women, about the naming convention.
Beautiful pass by Olivinha here.
Oh, and Fulvio misses the layup.
Sports Center caliber pass.
That 3 airball, but between the first names and last names and nicknames, and sometimes you'll see somebody's first name on the back of their jersey, their last name, sometimes it's a nickname.
Yeah, I guess that has to do with culture in Brazil. A lot of people have nicknames. And Olivinha, for example, it can help me here, Greg, but you know the cartoon Popeye?
Yeah, Popeye.
And then you have the, is it Olivia?
Olivia, yeah. Olive oil.
Olive oil.
Yeah.
So olive oil is the nickname of Olivinha's brother. And because he's the younger one, Inha in Portuguese is the diminutive, is the small one. So he's the small olive oil.
Rafael fouled by Vargas. So if he wanted, could he have olive oil on the back of his jersey?
Well, that's what his brother has. His brother is Olivia, which is the olive oil in Portuguese. So he being the younger one, he is Olivinha. Now, I know he fought against that for a while. I didn't really like the nickname, but now has caught Olivinha with a beautiful career, has played for the national team, just won the Brazilian League with Flamengo, and talk about a guy that everybody loves on the squad. It's young, it's little olive oil.
Yeah, I think I would have fought against that for a while.
Now, what was your nickname?
Well, I used to play with my family name because I like to represent my family.
Okay.
So I used to have my last name and Shure in it. But some guys, they get to choose, right? So some of them go with their first, some of them, Fulvio goes with his first, and Rafael Mineiro. Mineiro, for example, is a nickname. Mineiro is a region where he comes from.
No wonder it's so hard to do these rosters for the Brazilian teams. Sometimes you'll see the first name last name first. Don't know what to call them. I guess we should just call them by their numbers. Number 11 on the floor. That's Fulvio.
You know, Varejão is Varejão's last name, but Nene is a nickname. So, I mean, it's tied to something. I know Pele used to be, because there was a goalkeeper that he wanted to be like this. His name was Bene with a B. And because the kids could not pronounce Bene, they started calling him Pele, and Pele stuck around, and
wow,
the rest is history.
I knew Pele was a nickname. I knew that wasn't his real name, but I never knew the origin of that.
They couldn't pronounce Bene right, and it became Pele.
Wow. Now the short jumper airballed by Rafael.
And that might be an offense.
It was, yeah. Didn't hear the whistle because of all the noise. Great pass by Vargas, but he bowled over Fulvio.
And you cannot express how much Fulvio brings to this squad so far. Has managed the clock, has managed the game tempo, and Venezuela so far with only 7 because they haven't been able to get into any transition.
He's a couple years older, but does he remind you of a certain Puerto Rican point guard?
Mr. Barea?
Yeah. Maybe a little bigger, certainly a little bigger than JJ.
Maybe a little bit of Carlos Arroyo a little bit.
Mendel for 3. Oh. Rebounded by Olivinha. So Brazil resets. 3:15 to play, first quarter. Low scoring game, and
no basket. They waved it off.
Yeah, Mendel did not get it off in time.
But Mendel had gave it to Rafael. Rafael has got to have the shot clock in his mind. Just gave the hot potato back to Mendel. Mendel had nothing to do with it.
Anthony Perez on now for Venezuela, the 22-year-old out of the University of Mississippi.
Used to have a coach that said when the shot clock goes under 8, you got to have that count on your head.
Bodies all over the place. Euro step by Toledo, could not convert.
But you appreciate the effort. Guys going down to the ground, fighting for the ball.
Colmenares into the game as well for Venezuela. Nice feed from Colmenares to Perez.
And that right there just looked just like he just took it away from him.
Foul's going to be called on Toledo. Sure did.
Yeah, Colmenares with a nice dish, and Perez didn't have enough legs under him, but referee said that the arms went down. I guess we all disagree with that.
Perez, this guy had a tremendous game 2 nights ago. And really showed a lot of promise, just showed us what he's capable of doing. So if he has a game anywhere near what he had the other night, watch out.
And Venezuela needs it. They haven't been able to put too many points, but it's different when you come in, nobody knows you. Now that you put up 20-something, they're going to scout you, so he's got to bring it even further.
It's interesting because last game they started him.
Into the corner for Jefferson. Now give me the lowdown on Jefferson Andrade, as far as his name is. We would say Jefferson.
Yes. Some people just call him J-E, but Jefferson Andrade is his full name.
And an offensive foul called with authority.
Oh, wow.
Joao Batista.
It was a little retaliation, but he's the one that got caught.
Venezuela hasn't got any highlights yet to get this crowd going. No deep threes or...
A little jump stop into the corner now for Perez. Colmenares, and Brazil turns it over. Fulvio 2-on-1. Here comes Toledo with the right hand. 14-8 Brazil, 2 minutes to play first quarter.
Fulvio just makes it look easy behind the back pass to Marcos Toledo.
He really does. Sometimes you get point guards out there, you could tell they're really working and running around. Fulvio looks effortless. Now Perez for three, and that gets this crowd up.
Perez has said, I'm back.
Venezuela back to within 3, 14-11. Fulvio has the shot blocked and saved in bounds. Oh. And a foul on Mendel. And a technical as well.
We mentioned all they need was a three-pointer or something exciting to get these guys going, and they're ready to jump up and down and scream Venezuela.
Boy, I don't think I saw anything worthy of a tee from Mendel. Might have said something, but he was not overly demonstrative after protesting that foul. He just had kind of had his hands out at his sides.
Well, maybe they did not call as guys are lined up here for the free throw line.
Maybe he was just warned. That must have been the case. Lewis hits the free throw. He's got one more.
And I'm going to take the time here now, and I appreciate you, Craig and Lewis, and the work you guys have put in the name of FIBA and Central Basket and here in the South American Championship. Hope you guys are having a good time and enjoy here the last couple of days.
Oh, it's been an absolute blast. And now Colmenares and Andrade chest to chest. Colmenares called for the foul. Actually, they were issued offsetting unsportsmanlike. So Andrade and Colmenares go chest to chest, separated by Dwight Lewis and the official right there.
Well, Brazil expects that. They have to be ready for that, not to fall into any temptations.
Woo! An 8-second call. Yeah. And now the Venezuelan crowd is into it, as is Nestor Garcia. Wow.
It's really tough to hear whistles in here, horns.
And we're only in the first quarter. Imagine the last couple of minutes. As we saw the video from 91, this can get loud as it gets.
Brazil swarming defense, and another foul called. Brazil over the limit. That's the second on Toledo. So Toledo's got 2, Mendel's got 2. Batista has 1, Rafael has 1, and Jefferson has 1. Just 14 fouls on Venezuela.
And so important for you to have leaders on your team. Brazil started off relying on Fulvio, and now Venezuela relying on Colmenares. You see him draw a couple of fouls lately, get some things a little bit chippy to get their crowd, get their team going. and it has paid off. So you got to have those leaders that get things moving for you.
Colmenares unable to tie it up. Inside of a minute to play now. Davi Roseto into the game at point guard for Brazil. Quick spin move by João Batista. And Toledo gets fouled on his way up.
In my opinion, that's where the game is going to live today for both teams, on the inside.
That foul is on Colmenares, and that is his second.
Yeah, and Batista with that low post present. Once you give it to him, right, they're just strong enough to hold his ground and found Toledo. Almost committed a turnover on the pass, but
Toledo at the line. Silences the crowd with the first free throw. Not a lot of open seats here, fellas, as we expect. And they're still coming in.
yeah, you look around. This looks beautiful right here. Talk about a full house. And
The only seats available are up near the roof. And I think up on the catwalk.
I mean, we got one next to us with our bags on it, but
That'll go for a pretty high price. It had been a fast first quarter. The last minute and 17 seconds of basketball time have taken about 10 minutes.
you see Toledo leaving the court. Man, did he play hard the first 9 minutes.
Sure did. Fulvio back on for Brazil. Cubalon as Colmenares stays in with those two fouls. Blocked away by Batista. Here comes Brazil. Colmenares gets back, and Brazil slows it down. Inside now to Olivinha. His shot won't go. Venezuela will hold for the final shot, and they can tie it or take the lead on a three. Cubalon, 4 on the clock for the lead. Oh, no good. Olivinha from the opposite free throw line, high off the glass.
oh, wow.
And no good. Brazil takes a 15-13 lead into the second quarter. Final game of group play in Caracas. Lewis, is that current? I have no Wi-Fi at all.
Too many people here.
Yeah. As long as that one works. (15-13) as we return to Poliedro de Caracas. Final game of the group phase of the 2016 South American Championship Tournament. The winner of this game will be the first place representative in the semifinals for Group A. The loser of this game gets Argentina in the semis. And guys, 15-13, did you anticipate a low-scoring first quarter between these two teams?
I anticipated it because they're both defensive teams, and they're two teams that pride themselves on putting defense before offense. So it's going to be a struggle for both teams to score.
Quick hands by Wendy Gratterall to deflect and then have the pass intercepted. Here's Jose Vargas working on Davi. Now with three, short. Rebounded by Olivinha. Fulvio, as Brazil has led the whole way, but now just by two. Fulvio tries the fancy behind the back pass and just about gives it away. Now Jefferson for three, and that's good.
Now Jefferson, this is a guy you not want to leave open outside the arc because he has shown through this tournament he can knock it down anytime he wants.
Yeah, it's 6'10", that high release, play the 4 position. You got to play the pick and roll and get back to him quickly.
And a foul committed by Davi Roseto.
And what Brazil has been able to do here is they've been able to control the glass and keep Venezuela off the offensive rebounds, not giving them too many second chance opportunities.
Three on the way from Jose Vargas. That's no good. And a foul on the rebound on Miguel Ruiz. Venezuela so far just 1 of 4 from three-point range. Brazil 1 of 3.
And because Brazil's controlling the half-court tempo, Venezuela has not gotten into transition and definitely hasn't got their three-point game yet, which is one of their big keys. So that's why they only the low 13 points.
Nice press breaker by Brazil right there.
Fulvio getting it down low. Batista loses the dribble. And that must have been touched by Venezuela because Miguel Ruiz went into his bench to try to save it.
And I mean, talk about just staying where you're at.
Yeah, Ruiz just got up and sat right on the bench.
Good hustle, though. That's how you send a message to your team. We're playing for the first place of the group. Get on the ground and fight for everything.
That ends up out of bounds. It'll be Venezuela ball.
I love how this crowd, with everything that Venezuela do, whether they have a wide open three they're about to shoot or something good's about to happen, it's like the whole crowd stands up in anticipation for what's going to happen.
That pass batted out of bounds by, let me try this again, Enrique Coelho.
Yep. And Henrique Coelho, one of the revelations of Brazil's development league, has played for Minas. Now will be playing for Franca next year.
Pass zipped underneath to Jose Vargas, but he can't convert the layup. And Venezuela stays down 5.
Oh, he's wide open.
Coelho for 3, no good. Echenique has the rebound taken away by Olivinha. His shot is missed, but therefore the putback is Joao Batista.
That's Olivia's game, though. We call him, he's kind of like a Dennis Rodman, you know, always there for the trash.
Jubilan scores.
And Olivinha, he looks like he can't move like he really can.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He doesn't appear to physically be as quick as he is. Floater from Davi missed. Jefferson ends up with it.
A little travel there.
Coelho gets the offense set back up. 4 now 3. Outside for Devi, the floater. That one hits.
Davi Joseto, the FIBA 3-on-3 World Tour icon. Didn't play in the World Tour last year, but they loved him on 3-on-3. Now he's playing for Basquete Cearense up north in Brazil. And that floater, Lewis, is something that you got to have nowadays, right? As a guard, just go in there. We used to call that big man killer.
Oh, yeah. You have all those giants up in there. You go in there, think you're trying to do a little scoop layup. It ain't going to work.
That foul on Coelho, his first.
Sometimes you don't have the time to step into your shot. The defense is going to come, try to block it. So you got to have a floater, a runner, something quick.
Gratterall inside to Echenique, back out. Cubalon to Gregory Vargas for three, no. Echenique got a hand on the rebound.
Oh.
Devi, bounce pass underneath in traffic, but Olivinha able to corral it. And then Olivinha tried to zip the pass to Devi, but Devi had left that area.
As we see Mr. Graves Vasquez coming into the gymnasium, they look forward for him to join the squad that's going to go to the Olympics.
Jose Vargas hits. Lead down to 4.
And hopefully bring at that 1 or 2 position some scoring punches. You see Venezuela a lot of trouble to score here in the first half.
Batista out to Coelho for 3. No good. Lot of battling going on in the paint. Guys coming out of there holding their noses. Wow, quick move. Gregory Vargas into the corner for Cubalon, and it goes right between the wickets.
This crowd is awesome. Yeah. Everything is awesome.
They're into it, man, and that's what we like to see. Just a beautiful scenario. Wish we could have this more often. Hopefully the FIBA new competition system will bring that as national teams will play at home.
Coming up on 5 minutes to play in this second quarter. And Cubalon whistled for the foul, trying to guard Davi Roseto.
And when you're coming from the bench, sometimes all you want is just 2-3 minutes in there to let that adrenaline go down, get some sweat under you, and then your game starts flowing a little bit more. You see Davi Roseto, they were pressing him in the beginning. Now he's able to get to his spot on the offensive end.
Davi just 23 years old.
He's displaying a dribbling exhibition out there today.
Coelho does not get it off in time.
Oh.
Davi was trying to tell him, you got to shoot it.
I didn't think it counted. See, oh, that was pretty close.
It was closer than I thought, but I didn't think it counted either.
And good thing we have the monitors now. The FIBA rules are a bit different than the NBA rules.
Quick spin move by Echenique around Vinejo.
As you guys were on the Bolivia-Ecuador game this morning, if it wasn't from the monitor, it wouldn't have been as fair as it should be.
Olivinha has it blocked, but a foul called. Well, both Lewis and I were of the opinion after watching the video repeatedly, we were of the opinion that Guayaquil got the shot off in time. But it was very, very close.
Very close.
It was one of those where it was tough to overturn whatever was called on the court.
There you see Graves Vasquez from Venezuela. Played for the Milwaukee Bucks last year and been part of this program for a while. Did not play in Mexico, but they are speaking with Venezuela president. They're waiting for him to join the squad in the training for the Olympic and the Rio Olympics that are coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Wow, that's big time.
Olivinha among the top scorers for this tournament, averaging 18.7 points per game. Now, a guy like Vasquez coming in did not play in Mexico City, did not play in this tournament. How does that disrupt the chemistry of a very good, very experienced Venezuela team?
Well, hopefully you rely on, first of all, personality and personal chemistry, but also that he has been the part of a program before. So it's not that he's a new piece to be added, but they need him. He's going to bring some experience. He's going to bring ball handling. He's going to bring presence on the court.
Yeah.
And some scoring punch. But great point, Greg.
David Roseto working on Gratterall, goes right by the big man and lays it in. And now a timeout taken by Nestor Garcia. 3:44 to play, second quarter. Brazil back on top by 5.
Protejo el área porque lo presiono. Tiene un par de crossover y me va para adentro. Protejo el área con una mano arriba.
Cellular network. I think even the cellular network is overloaded. I'm not getting text or anything.
Yeah, we strive to have a good time, and then when this is done, we'll check on the virtual world. We used to get this in Rock in Rio. Hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah.
No signal.
Hay que hacerlo directo y rápido.
More
Profundo el repeat. Profundo que pasan por atrás.
3:44 to play, second quarter. Back at Poliedro de Caracas, and you saw Nestor Garcia demonstrative during that timeout. His squad trails by 5. They have not led in this game.
And this just Nestor Garcia got to be worried with his offense. Just 20 points here through 17 minutes.
Echenique gets Venezuela to within 3.
They definitely have to step it up on defense here and let that become their offense. Get a few transition offensive points.
Open jumper for Oliveira, no good, and then a foul on the putback attempt. That'll be on Anthony Perez.
See right
and
there.
For Perez, that's foul number 1.
Out of timeout play, run the flex, get the ball to your big play strong with it up and under. I mean, as you get as closer you can to the basket, the easier it becomes, and that's what Nestor Garcia did.
That free throw good by Oliveira.
And down here on the Brazil end, great offensive rebound. Offensive rebounds will play a key part in this game because any second chance shot you get for points, that's just adding more points to the game and more strain on the opposing team.
And this is still just a 5-point game.
Kimi Oliveira gets it back to 5. Pass just about batted away. 8 to shoot. Perez still out near midcourt. Inside now to Echenique. They've got the mismatch. And a 3-second call.
Oh, wow.
Echenique arguing with that the referee from on the baseline had the better view. See right there. So he was not the one who called it. The further out referee who did. But Brazil will say thank you. You see there Carmelo Cortez, president of National Federation, Alberto Garcia, executive director of FIBA, Mr. Bosikis, president of Abasu, as well as Uzi Richards, president of FIBA in the Americas.
Victor Mansour, is there anybody you don't know?
Well, these guys are pretty much my bosses, so I
you better know their names. And now a foul on Vargas, and the crowd getting a little restless. That's 2 on Jose Vargas. His brother has 1.
And the reason why we have to appreciate those guys is because they were the ones who actually made this happen. If they're not on camera, they do the backstage work off air, but if it wasn't for their work, this South American Championship would not have happened here, would have maybe happened somewhere, but the administration behind the scenes, such a key part.
Brazil now up 7, 29-22. 2:27 to play, second quarter.
And beside Uzi Richards, you have the Minister of Sports here in Venezuela.
He gave a great speech on opening night during the opening ceremony. And now a foul on Fulvio. Third team foul on Brazil. Venezuela over the limit. Vargas gets it back. 6 to shoot. Long three-pointer on the way, and that's good! 2 minutes now to play second quarter. Venezuela back to within 4.
And Venezuela really needed that.
Brazil has just been cool, calm, and relentless this first half as a foul away from the ball. That'll be on Garcia, and that's his first.
Can't see it on the replay, but I think it was just a little bit of holding is what he called.
So Fulvio to the free throw line. Nestor Garcia saying, hey, can we get some home cooking here?
Had 20,000 people in the stands saying the same thing.
Yeah. Julio hits both free throws. Minute 50 to play, second quarter. 31-25. Garcia near midcourt. Echenique. Blocked by Lucas. And David loses the dribble.
Wow, that would have been huge. Both teams picking up defensive pressure on both ends. It's getting harder and harder to find an open look for any kind of shot.
It feels like a playoff game. Lucas, first time we see him with the beautiful block, was running in transition, but
good foul there by Jimmy Oliveira. That would have gotten the crowd fired up with a dunk from Lewis.
yeah, good foul is right. You want to make the guy earn it from the stripe. Get nothing easy.
Got to make 2 shots to get 2 points.
Lucas has been playing great all week long. I mean, coming off the bench, he comes off and produces, block shots, down low scoring, even hit a few jump shots. He has a very versatile type of game.
And young man, he must be up in his 23, 24, so bright future for him.
Listed at 22 years old.
Yeah. Lucas got a bright future. We've seen him play in the Brazilian. He played for Mogi last year. Will play for Brasilia.
.120 to play in the second quarter. Brazil up 5. Long three-pointer from Fulvio, no good. Rebound tapped by Lucas, and then out of bounds. It'll be Venezuela ball.
As you see the game continue to go, you see Brazil kind of getting out of their normal flow of offense, and it's going straight to strictly pick and roll, and it's kind of limiting them a little bit.
Really important here to close the quarter out. Last minute, 5-point game. Let's see how both these teams come out.
Gregory Vargas driving on Lucas. And now a timeout taken by Brazil. They've seen this 7-point lead whittled down to 3, 31-28, 52 seconds to play in this first half.
Vai em cima, entendeu? Ele tá vindo em cima de você, tira o corpo e salta, salta. Cruze, cruze, cruze. Qualquer dos dois, tá? Vamos fazer 42 se eles pressionarem. Qualquer dos dois. Um ou dois. Lucão aqui. Lucão, bloqueia e corta. Agora precisa encaixar esse bloqueio melhor, cara. Precisa encaixar melhor o bloqueio. Fizemos 3 vezes e não encaixou o bloqueio. Tá parado no lugar. Sai mais longe, Furo. Sai mais longe do Lucão. Ele vem correndo atrás. Não fica parado. Vai atrás do armador. Bloqueia bem e corta. E o Gé aberto aqui. O Gé aberto. Todo mundo aberto. Nós precisamos explorar o Etienne no pick and roll, defendendo o pick and roll. Ele não pode ficar parado defendendo os dois, cara. Tá bom? Vai, rapaziada. Vai.
52 seconds to play in this first half. Victor, you had a chance to listen in to Gustavo Conti in the huddle.
Yeah, he had a play call where he called it 42. But he said, guys, let's make sure we set the right screens. Don't make sure you hit a body. Make sure you get somebody. And then after we run the play, I want you guys to spread out. They want the Venezuela bigs to have trouble guarding that pick and roll.
Oh.
And an offensive foul.
Wow.
That's on Jimmy Oliveira, and that's his second. So Venezuela with a chance to tie with a 3.
Interesting to see Venezuela goes for the 2-for-1 here with 32 seconds, or would they run the shot clock down?
Now Oliveira comes back in to replace Jefferson. Now Guy Teodoro on for David Roseto.
So Coach Gustavo Conti going with a defensive lineup here.
Coelho into the game as well.
Full court pressure here.
Lewis to Gregory Vargas.
You like to see 2 high-scoring teams, but you also like to see 2 defensive-minded teams play against each other.
Vargas gets it to Echenique underneath. And a timeout taken by Brazil. Brazil on top by 1 with 11.6 to play in this first half.
Good executed. Just after you set that screen as a big, you want to roll towards the basket. And that's what Echenique did and got rewarded.
And it was a tough pass, too. He had to do it through traffic, and it even got knocked around a little bit. A look at the packed house here at Poliedro de Caracas. As they begin the wave. So loud in here, we can't even hear Gustavo Conti in the huddle.
Sai velocidade, o Oliva vai embora. Chegando lá, o Oliva vem no pick and roll com
But
todo
you
mundo
would
aberto.
expect Brazil to hold into the last couple of seconds until they make a decision to not allow Venezuela to have a counterattack.
One of the key things here is you don't want to foul because both teams are in the bonus. So you want to get those free points up.
Brazil is out of timeouts. Venezuela has 1. Now Jefferson Andrade on.
We talk about the substitutions per substitution.
Yeah.
That's what Venezuela did right there. Jefferson came in at 3-point threat.
Shot clock is off. Mendel
Watch the foul.
off the glass, no good. And from 3-point range, banked in!
They'll possibly review that.
Harold Cazorla. Let's see if they review it. As it stands, Venezuela a 33-31 lead at half. I think he got that off, guys.
He definitely beat the light.
Well, it's not the light. They are going to come over and look at it. Right now, it's 33-31 pending the review of the three-pointer made by Harold Cazorla. We think it's going to count, but we've been wrong before, Lewis.
Yeah, as it stands, they've taken it off the score up there, but I think they're reviewing it.
Certainly was a fantastic shot by Cazorla.
Going through
Again,
it
we are waiting for the review. Canadian official Steven Siebel at the monitor with Marcelo. And another official, I can't see who that is. Our other two officials in the game, Alejandro Sanchez of Uruguay and Roberto Vasquez of Puerto Rico. Gabriela Scheer, the FIBA commissioner, and we await the signal from Steven Siebel. It counts. So Venezuela takes a 33-31 lead at halftime. Venezuela shooting 62% from two-point range, 40% from three. Brazil 44% from two-point range, 29% from two. As you look at the bank job one more time, definitely beat the light, but we couldn't tell the.
And we saw Fulvio right there shaking up. Fulvio might got hurt in his ankle in that last play.
I did not notice that.
And if he's not,
Turnovers 10-8. Venezuela with 10, Brazil with 8. Points in the paint, Venezuela 14, Brazil 12. And points from fast break and second chance points just about even. Brazil out rebounding Venezuela 16-9, including 6-1 on the offensive glass. Brazil 5 steals in that first half to just 2 for Venezuela, as well as 3-1 on block shots. Echenique leading Venezuela with 9 points and 2 rebounds. Dwight Lewis has 2 assists. Rafael has 5 points. Olivinha 8 rebounds. Fulvio 5 assists. Let's look at all the individual scoring. Echenique with those 9 points. Dwight Lewis with 3. Gregory Vargas has 7. Jose Vargas 2. Anthony Perez 4, and Harold Cazorla with those 3 points at the end of the first half. David Roseto, 4 points for Brazil. Jefferson Andrade, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Jimmy Oliveira, 2 points. Carlos Olivinha, 1 point, 8 rebounds. Fulvio, 4 points, 5 assists. Rafael, 5 points. Leo Mendel, 3 points, and Marcus Toledo, 5 points. Let's look at the highlights. Louis Shine, what do you see?
Wow, what a first half. I mean, it was going back and forth. Brazil took off with a lead, but Venezuela kept it close. There's a full court slam dunk by Toledo on a 2-on-1. Then Perez checked in the game and showed that he belongs and he's going to continue what he started last game. There's Jefferson on a three-pointer after he checks in the game. A strong drive to the hole there by Venezuela and a running floater off the backboard by Rossetto. Jose Vargas with the jump shot off the pass on the perimeter. There's a strong blue-collar move down low by Echenique. And a key three-pointer by Vargas to close the lead in even closer. Key drive there. That guy's just so quick off his first step. Echenique, another layup down low, and end of the half, the review three-pointer that ends up counting puts Venezuela ahead of Brazil.
Venezuela outscores Brazil 20-16 in the second quarter. It's 33-31 at half. We are back with the second half of the final game of the group phase at the 2016 South American Championship, live from Poliedro de Caracas in Venezuela.
la última de Gold Kings y el aplauso del poliedro para el Gold Kings. Gracias a Alexander Pivot Vargas. Ya, señoras y señores, el cierre de este espectáculo. Aplauso para los Gold Kings. Aplauso a Venezuela para los muchachos. Gracias a Alexander Pivot Vargas y su fundación celebrando sus 20 años. Mañana Parroquia El Valle, 1 de la tarde, Avenida Intercomunal, frente a la Plaza Bolívar del Valle. El sábado, Plaza Ollari, Parroquia Catedral, 1 de la tarde, y el domingo en el PNU, en el Cososaurio. Entradas para el domingo a precios populares en Ticket Mundo y en las taquillas del PNU. Gracias a Alexander Pivot Vargas por traer a los Gold Kings a Venezuela la alegría sabia de Pivot Vargas. The Gold Kings of Venezuela.
I guess the level is where you, when you listen to yourself, right?
Yeah, I was trying to. It sounds good, but it's different than that one. That one goes around. No, good.
Bend that closer, Lewis. Bend it closer.
Bend it closer?
Yeah.
Test it.
So, I mean, so that's right off, basically right off your mouth. There you go.
Test it.
Perfect.
It sounds like it's already almost ready to echo.
We're taking care of you in FIBA, man.
No, it sounds fine.
Você no armador. Não tô preocupado com as faltas de vocês, hein? Não tô preocupado. Defende. Defende. Tá? Vamos fazer a transição primeiro. Espera aí, vamos. Forte. 1, 2, 3. Brasil.
Welcome back to Poliedro de Caracas at the 2016 South American Championship Tournament. Final game of the group stage between Venezuela and Brazil. The winner of this game will win Group A.
Interesting first half. So interesting, went by so quickly. And good to see Fulvio back out on the court. He seems to be okay. See how he moves here in the first couple of minutes. Because, I mean, Luis, he was a key factor in the beginning for Brazil.
Definitely.
Venezuela was able to get some transitions, some trees further on, but in the beginning it was all Fulvio.
He had 5 assists.
Does a great job of just controlling the pace of the game. He knows what to do, when to do it, right passes to make. He's definitely a seasoned point guard.
Back underway. It's Venezuela by 2. And now Venezuela by 4. Dwight Lewis scores. At the other end, it's Mendel.
And Brazil, even though they played a good first half, were not able to break up a big lead. They had the 7 points, so Venezuela stuck with it. Now it's Brazil that needs to stick with Venezuela.
Echenique spinning his way to the bucket and laying it in with the left hand. What a move by the big man. Toledo to Oliveira. Hard to believe that Oliveira only had 1 point in that first half. And Echenique standing there with his hands in the air saying, what did I do? It just kind of bounced off of him.
With that last point from, who's that last play?
Beautiful spin move.
Wow.
And if the young ones out there, practice your spin moves. Spin moves a great way to free yourself from traffic. It's a crossover.
With that spin move, you could just feel the momentum beginning to go towards Venezuela.
Free throw is good by Oliveira. Gets Brazil back to within 3. He's got 1 more.
This guy has 8 rebounds already. He's been a workhorse on the inside, blue-collar worker.
This is the second Echenique the rebound. And a foul.
To keep possession here.
Yeah.
Last tip by Venezuela. Brazil with the out of bounds. Let's see what they run.
No, it wasn't a foul. Yeah, it went off the leg of Jose Vargas.
But you can't just say enough by the hard play of Marcos Toledo. Just doesn't give up.
Yeah, Fulvio seems to be moving just fine now. Mendel underneath and an offensive foul on Mendel as he bowls over Dwight Lewis.
As he took that offensive foul, he kind of fell real slow, but it was still an offensive foul.
Lewis stepped up to the play, and you appreciate when the guy gives up his body. And Oliveira also blew up the wide open deuce.
Venezuela still by 3.
Got to have some guts when you step up and take an offensive foul against these big guys.
Vargas for 3, no good. Echenique tipped the rebound, but it was controlled by Viniejo.
And taking a charge is also a skill. You have to be able to learn it, read the play, but also step in. And Oliveira blew another one. Not usual for his game.
Cubalon lobbing it inside to Echenique, but then popped out of there by Toledo.
And what about that defensive rotation by Fulvio?
Yeah.
Recognized the lob pass, just stepped in there, stole it from the big man. You see, coming from the other side and
got his hand in there.
And that was amazing. That foul's going to be on Jose Vargas, his second.
I'll tell you what, guys, these are
that was on Lewis. Sorry, Lewis.
Oh, no problem. These are 2 heavyweights right here. So these next couple of days of semifinals and finals, oh my gosh, it's gonna be over the top.
ooh, beautiful behind the back pass.
How did Fulvio do that? How did he even see Mineiro?
He went on the baseline and last second just dropped it off behind the back pass. People around here didn't even understand. That's
I
Fulvio.
know my eyes bugged out of my head.
That's Fulvio at his best.
Jose Vargas for three. That's good! Venezuela back on top by 4.
Every score by Venezuela sounds like it's the last second shot of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, it's a playoff atmosphere, isn't it?
Mendel misses the layup. That's 3 close ones Brazil has missed.
And those are crucial. They hope that hopefully those don't come back to haunt you at the end of the game.
Especially now that Venezuela's starting to score more and more. Brazil's got to keep that score tight.
Lewis along 2. That's good. Now Venezuela up 6, and Nestor Garcia getting the crowd going. And it goes off of Fulvio. It'll be Venezuela ball.
It's also when you see a coach, usually see players get the crowd hype, but the coach was in on that.
That's Nestor Garcia, though. He lives for that. And now his team has hit a couple of outside shots. That's all he wanted. Get some exciting, getting that silence we spoke about out of here.
Jose Vargas outside to Echenique. And the ball kicked by Mineiro.
I'll tell you what, great rule change by FIBA and basketball just now. When you get a reset, you go back to 14.
Right.
Just like on the offensive rebound, you go back to 14. That just forces more transition, and just players have to get into the play.
Offensive foul.
That's on Vargas, and that'll be the 3rd on Jose Vargas.
Marcos Toledo might have got away with the flop there.
Yeah, I thought that is when it happened.
I mean, he's just too big, too strong to get pushed around like that.
Especially by a one-arm push by a guard.
That probably wouldn't have flinched them at all.
Fulvio. Nice offensive set. A little 2-man game between Fulvio and Mineiro.
I mean, Fulvio just too smart. Gave it up on the proper time and then set himself under the basket. Good recognition by Rafael.
I mean, he does it with no expression, like it's just easy.
Up and good for Cuelon, and 1. That's going to be on Rafael, his 2nd.
And you mentioned, Lewis, you gotta thought that the momentum was changing to Venezuela's side. You see them right there getting stuff towards the basket, getting their outside shot. Brazil have to get a couple of stops here, or else this thing can get out of hand.
Yes.
The lead is 6.
And sometimes you look at a game like this, Venezuela can easily go up by 10 quickly, and you might see a final score where you see a spread, but it's not only ability, there's momentum involved. That's a factor. It's not just, well, this team's better than that team. There's other factors involved.
Victor, we talked about it earlier, and last night when Venezuela came out, or 2 nights ago rather, when Venezuela came out in their blue uniforms, as Batista misses. Colmenares fouled. That if Venezuela ends up facing Brazil in the finals, will they wear those blue uniforms again to honor the 1991 champions that beat Brazil?
Yeah, they like the history here. They do it class act. So we'll see. Still a lot of game here in this one, though, but we could have a Brazil-Venezuela matchup in the final, no doubt.
Sure could. 5:29 to play, 3rd quarter. Venezuela by 6.
Não deixa ele pegar a bola, Léo. Tá entendendo ou não? Então vamos, melhorar lá atrás. Hã? Você tá no 2. Troca.
O Léo é alto, o 8 só tá parado. Se ele sair, pode sair por cima.
O Léo vai defender o pequeno. Ele vai defender do jeito que eu tô falando, pra ele defender. Vai continuar a mesma coisa que tá, ele vai defender do jeito certo agora. Olha aqui no ataque nós vamos fazer 3, fogo. A bola precisa andar mais. Vamos andar a bola um pouco e no final jogar o pick and roll se precisar. Mas vamos fazer a bola andar um pouco. Vamos fazer 3 aqui, ó. 3 lados. 3 lados. Pro Marcus e bola e poste baixo pro João. Cruze 5 e 3 lados. Cruze 5 e 3 lados. Marcus, que tá com o menor, e o do João também, com o menor. Bota eles no poste baixo e sai o mismatch a partir daí. Faz a bola aqui, mais aqui, vem.
Venezuela on top 44-38 as we come back from the timeout. 5:29 to play, third quarter. 3 team fouls apiece. And Victor, I don't know if you could hear Gustavo Conti in that huddle.
Yeah, tough to hear, but what I was able to pick up, he wants his team to get the tempo back again. He wants them to move the ball around, run the shot clock down a little bit, to not allow Venezuela to get into transition. I mean, it's such a chess game, right? One little move here and there, and things can either get an advantage or run out of hand.
Second free throw, no good, but getting the rebound, and then the tip in. Nestor Colmenares, and it's a 9-point lead.
Brazil arguing that they pulled the rim, but if they pull the rim in FIBA, that's allowed. We'll see right there on the rebound. He pulled the rim, but that would just be an offense. Maybe I guess he'd have to touch the ball before, right?
And that foul whistled on Barthélemy. I was thinking the same thing.
Yes.
That it would have been basket interference, but because it was the offense.
But I'm guessing that before he pulls the rim, he needs to touch the basketball, right?
That I don't know. I would have to get pretty far into the FIBA rulebook. And that foul committed by Dwight Lewis, trying to deny the entry pass to Batista.
So Brazil does what their coach asked for, played the heavy game. 1 or 2 passes without dribble and able to draw Batista the foul and get himself to the lines. The crowd recognizes Vargas back in and Ruiz back in, the energy guys, and score off the bench.
Inside 5 minutes to play, third quarter.
You know, in this level of play, it's so important that third quarter, because after teams go into the halftime and they make adjustments, you want to see in the first couple of minutes how you react in the third quarter, and Venezuela so far with the upper hand.
Colmenares the rebound off the missed free throw.
Three-man weave on the top.
Lewis pops for 3, and that's good! Venezuela up 11, and Garcia again getting the crowd up.
If I'm the defender on that last play, I'm not even giving up wide open shots. I'm pressing up on the guy, and I'm making him go around me and leading him to my bigs.
Double clutch down the three-pointer for Toledo, no good. And I believe that foul is...
And Colmenares just trying to protect his teammates, stepping up. And that's what he's saying there to Jefferson. Watch your elbows.
And a foul on Ruiz. And now Jefferson goes over and... Yeah, I think that's what Colmenares had the issue with, was after the play.
Gonna put his shoulder into him a little bit.
Jefferson Andrade hits the first free throw. Venezuela on a 25-9 run since the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Jefferson misses the free throw. Now Ruiz.
A lot of bodies in there that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous in there.
It's no place for a little boy.
Shot clock running down.
Vargas, the mid-range jumper pops out, and the rebound grabbed by Toledo.
Nice handles as a big man.
Out to Devi, now Toledo, back to Devi. Handle on the outside, now Jefferson on Ruiz. Slings the pass to Toledo for three, no good. And I think the ball.
Double foul call here on Ruiz and Jefferson.
So those two again.
Fighting for position.
Here it is again.
So the double unsportsmanlike on Jefferson and Ruiz. For Jefferson, that's foul number 2.
So on that double foul, Brazil will keep possession because of the arrow going towards their way this time.
And on Ruiz, that is foul number 3.
You see right there a jump ball call because of double foul and possession arrow Brazil. Brazil with the blue uniforms, we see them with the yellow sometimes, with the green.
Yeah, we've seen
the
the
white.
green. Seen the white for the home uniforms, but I've never seen, I don't think I've seen the blues before this tournament. So Brazil's ball with 14 on the shot clock. Oh. And the foul as Davi Rosetto.
And that's bonus.
Coming around, yeah, that's a foul on Vargas, Gregory Vargas, and that's his second.
See there, Gustavo De Conte, young coach. Coaches at Paulistano. Bright future ahead of him. Well-respected coach in Brazil.
Davi looked like he rushed that free throw a little bit.
And Brazil missing a couple of free throws, and they need all the points they can get.
Yeah. Brazil 12 from 19 from the foul line. Venezuela 6 for 12.
Davi Rosetto hits the second, and it's a 9-point lead.
And Brazil, for the first time here, switching defense. They go to a zone. Trying to disrupt the offense of Venezuela.
Colmenares driving from the left elbow, no good. Rebound Batista.
Big body, big
And
rebound.
Brazil has numbers. They had numbers, and then they throw it away. Brazil had a 5-on-3 as Colmenares was on the floor, and I believe it was Dwight Lewis was late getting back.
See, Venezuela not putting the ball on the floor, making it move to try to get a shot off.
Lewis for 3.
Oh, wow. That would have been very huge.
And they got the right guy taking the shot, too. He's been having the hot hand.
Lewis has 10 in the game. Davi. Eight to shoot. Davi in amongst the trees, missing. Garcia the rebound. Here comes Lewis. Oh.
That's the right idea. You want to drive that and take it right to the chest of the defender.
I'll tell you what, Lewis been impressive so far. He did right, took it to the body of Henrique and drew the contact.
Henrique Coelho, guilty of the foul. I just wanted to say that name again. How'd I do?
This crowd is waiting for the next big score.
Free throw good. The lead now 11. Mendel comes back on. Toledo sits down.
Well, Toledo's sitting down. Let's see if Brazil can keep the same defensive intensity and that toughness. 11-point game, dangerous moment here.
Brazil needs a score here.
Davi for three. That's good. Huge three-pointer by Davi Roseto. Brazil had missed their last five three-point attempts. Lead is down to 8.
Brazil's kind of put a break in the momentum that Venezuela had.
Back out to Garcia for three. No good. Rebound tracked down by Gratterol.
Nice ball movement.
That goes out of bounds, and it'll be Venezuela ball. A good call by the referee. Davi at first said this is our ball, but in the end he recognized it. He got the right call. He's Che Garcia orchestrating his offense.
Colmenares to inbound, 8 on the shot clock. They've got to be aware they don't have 14. Now the drive from the wing by Lewis. I don't think that hit the rim. At any rate, Venezuela gets the offensive rebound and a fresh 14.
Got to be careful on the zone because you need to find a man to box out.
3 on the way from Lewis. That's short. Davi the rebound.
You know, sometimes that man-to-man, you know who you're guarding, who you're going to box out, but in the zone, you might create some confusion.
Lewis, did you prefer to play man-to-man or zone defense?
I love man. I love man full court. I call it the grown man defense. Usually a team, or back when I played, we would go to zone because we couldn't handle playing man-to-man because they were beating us outright. So we would drop to a zone because we couldn't handle it. And
Vargas misses the 3. Big rebound by Lewis, and he draws the foul.
And that's what's happening here. Venezuela able to handle Brazil, getting themselves to where they want it on the court. And Coach Gustavo trying to mix things up. What about the play of Lewis, though? I mean, this guy's
come up big.
On the defensive end, knocking down threes, taking it hard to the basket.
20.9 to play, third quarter. Venezuela up 8.
And he knocked these 2 down and gonna get deserved break to get some breathe and come strong in the fourth quarter.
Harold Cazorla, the hero of the last second shot in the second quarter, hits that free throw.
And we see a couple long bombs from Venezuela dating back to the FIBA Americas.
Cazorla hits both.
If Venezuela don't want to foul here.
This building is so packed that we've got fans sitting in the press area. Just amazing.
This is what FIBA and international basketball is all about.
Yeah. Davi on the drive again. He takes it.
Nice move, left hand. Oop.
54-46. Brazil trails by 8 as we head to the fourth quarter. This is the final game of group play at the 2016 South American Championships, live from Caracas. Wi-Fi are you on?
Oh.
Just about ready to start the fourth quarter. It's Venezuela by 8 over Brazil.
Fourth quarter, 8-point game. Next 3 minutes, really important here, Lewis, for Brazil and their future hopes.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to get a snapshot as to what we're going to see in the next couple of days as well.
Venezuela outscored Brazil 21-15 in that third quarter. Out to Jose Vargas for three. That's good!
And that outside shooting for Venezuela that did not work in the first half is working here in the second half.
Into the corner for Mendel. 6 to shoot. Mendel popping the long deuce, and that's good. Tough shot by Leo Mendel.
Bad pass by the V on that baseline cut. Mendel would have been open. Had to get himself, size the player up, and then knock down a tough fadeaway.
As a big man, that is just an amazing shot.
Vargas just about lost the dribble. Yeah, they're going to call that a carry.
Yeah, no argument here.
What do you think, guys? How's traffic going to be around the arena after the game?
Traffic outside the arena and getting out of the arena.
Lob inside. Rafael.
I'll tell you what, 2 big plays by Leo Mendel. First the pull-up, now the recognition and the lob pass. Big buckets by Brazil to stay within. Brazil, Lewis, still in that zone defense.
It's been working. I mean, you had Venezuela running up just a little bit, but they've stayed true to it, and it's starting to turn around for them. And there's another turnover because of it.
Poked away by Rafael. And the foul on Cubalon. That is his third. Cubalon and Jose Vargas each with 3. Miguel Ruiz with 3. Joao Batista and Leo Mendel each with 3 for Brazil.
One of the keys here in this last quarter is fouls. You know, you don't want to help the other team out by getting them in the bonus, so you want to watch your level of play and not commit any silly fouls.
And now Mendel has it raked out of there.
His court speed is amazing.
Ten to shoot. Cubalon between the rings to his left, popping for 3. Olivinha the rebound. That's his 10th.
That's what Olivinha does best. Does the work in the glass and the put-ins around the basket.
Venezuela hasn't scored in the last couple minutes.
Turnaround jumper with the right hand is good by Rafael.
Let's see if they can break that ice.
And Gustavinho now smart enough, recognizing Venezuela was maybe able to adjust or getting used to, now goes man-to-man. So you see the coach is playing a big role here.
Brazil back to within 5, 57-52. Bail out 3, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Great defensive stand on that possession as well, and Brazil gets the ball back.
And a timeout by Nestor Garcia. Brazil has cut the lead to 5.
Cuatro y 5 espacio. Agarro el balón y voy para adentro. Para cerrar y tocar. Y entonces nos venimos abiertos a 8 metros bajo un pick and roll. Todo alrededor. César. Néstor. Anda por Miguel. Luis abre. Si no, 23. Pero la movilidad. ¡Hey! A defender ahí.
6:49 to play, fourth quarter. Brazil has cut the lead to 5.
Some cool full court pressure here.
Venezuela has not scored in almost 3 minutes. Olivia. Now Mendel back to Olivia. 3 to shoot. Olivia all the way to the rack and lays it in.
The big guy has moves.
And there we see that spin move once again.
Yeah.
It's just a move that people forget to utilize. Spin move, you protect the ball, you take a step forward, you go a long way.
Was able to take the basketball right to the front of the rim.
Not a lot of movement in the Venezuelan offense right now. Colmenares, 4 to shoot. Out to Barthélemy for 3. Back iron, no. Nice box out by Mendel to keep Colmenares from tracking that down.
And this is the 5th straight possession.
And 1!
Beautiful fast break run, Fulvio to Rafael Mineiro. Rafael Mineiro last second to Olivia. Olivia with a good body protection and the concentration to finish.
I didn't think he was going to be able to get that in.
You see right there, just go up with the opposite leg, and in the end, just enough. And you see how play with the heart, put it out there, and can't say enough about the coaching staff. Brazil switched up their defense, broke Venezuela's rhythm, and now they're back within 1 and with the chance to tie.
If I was in the hotel and I seen Olivia, I would not guess that he was as agile as he's displaying to us tonight.
Olivia ties it up at 57 with 5:50 to play.
And just like everybody signed up for, tie game with 5:40 to go, as you mentioned, Greg.
Oh, wow. That was a difficult call.
He called the block, but said it was on the motion of the pass, so no shot coming.
I think that's fair.
So Fulvio whistled for his second foul. Now David comes back on to replace Leo Mendel.
I think the only place that I've been in where I've seen this many fans is at a football game. But as far as a basketball game, this has probably been the most I've ever. I mean, it's packed in here.
Tipped out of bounds by Toledo, and he roars. 9 to shoot.
I mean, there's people in all the seats, but then there's people in the corners standing. Tons of them.
Colmenares.
Big possession here.
Gets it blocked out of bounds by Mineiro.
I tell you what, referees have been able to manage this game really well.
They really have.
There was no blocking foul there, just a clean block at the ball.
2 now 1, 3 on the way for Lewis, no good. The winner of this game faces Uruguay in the semis. The loser faces Argentina.
And that's a big motivator to not want to lose this game because Argentina is a very strong team. It's almost a double whammy.
Davi, the long 2, no good. That 3 is good.
One of the few defensive mistakes Brazil has had here in a couple of minutes. Just way too much time for that three-point shot.
Venezuela back on top by
3. You see there, that was just a missed assignment by a defender.
And you got that time to square your feet, able to set the ball up in your hand at this level. These guys are going to knock 8, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Mineiro on the handoff to Fulvio. 6 to shoot. Fulvio into the corner
Beautiful
to Davi. Olavinha did not get it off.
Looked like a kickball.
Yeah, that was pretty clear to me too.
I'm surprised they missed that kickball.
I thought that went off of the leg of a Brazilian. Lewis right wing. Now Echenique. 7 to shoot. Lewis. A long 2. Woo! That's good.
And Lewis just athletic enough to get that shot, create his own shot with a little bit of space.
Big shots for big players in big moments.
Venezuela back up 5. And Nestor Garcia leading the cheers for Venezuela. Toledo's 3 is short. Davi tracks down the rebound.
A very key rebound. Rebounds and offensive rebounds right now, it's worth gold.
Nestor Garcia out near midcourt. Olavinha did not get that one off.
And that's the result of this kind of environment that you have to play in.
Yes, sir.
Where you cannot hear, it throws you off.
Big possession here for Venezuela as they can go up 7 or 8. Especially this guy Lewis has been go-to here in the second half.
Pass knocked out of bounds by Mineiro. It'll be Venezuela ball, 5 to shoot. Nestor Garcia coming out onto the court. And he's been warned multiple times, and now Steven Siebel comes over and says, that's it.
You have your area. Make sure you stay within it. But at this moment in time, it just might be just a warm. I'm not sure they can hold him down.
Inside to Echenique, blocked from behind, but a foul called.
It looked like it was all ball from this.
We'll get a look at it here.
Maybe just undercut him a little bit, but you appreciate Marcos Toledo. You know, that could have been an easy dunk, and this place could have erupted.
Yeah, they would have brought the roof down. So now Jefferson Andrade comes on. Toledo sits down. He's got 3 fouls.
Which Gustavo might put in Jefferson for an outside shot.
Yeah. Echenique to the free throw line. He's got 11 points. Make it 12. And Venezuela now up 6. 2:38 to play. This free throw would make it a 3-possession game.
This game has been a game of just momentum swings.
Free throw short. And a foul on the rebound committed.
Looked like he
stepped on the line on that free throw, so just infraction. Possession, Brazil.
You are correct. I thought they had whistled a foul as Carlos Oliveira was jostling for position.
Very key possession here.
Fulvio up off the glass, no good. Fulvio gets it back.
Love how Fulvio, even though he went out of bounds, came back into the play and didn't stay away.
That jump hook rattles out. And it'll be Venezuela ball.
And Venezuela, beautiful pass by Fulvio with the hook pass. And in the end, after he fought, he might have an argument. It might have went off the leg of Venezuela, but the referees did not think so.
Oliveira sitting down now. David comes on for Fulvio.
See what Brazil does here in the pick and roll in the last 2 minutes.
Exactly 2 minutes to play. 10 on the shot clock now. Venezuela by 6. Oh.
Lewis has hit some big shots here in the fourth quarter. He's doing a lot of the ball handling.
3 is good!
That looked good when it left his hand.
Gregory Vargas puts Venezuela up 9 with 1:49 to play. Timeout on the floor. Brazil with 1 timeout left, Venezuela with 2. Venezuela up 9, 1 minute and 49 seconds to play. Victor, were you able to make out anything Gustavo Conti said in that huddle?
Just the last few words, and what he wants is keep the man-to-man defense and trap on the pick and rolls.
Fulvio on the drive, out to Jefferson for 3. That rattles out. Boy, you think about a couple of those three-pointers that have rattled out and those missed layups.
Brazil really needed that one. That one halfway through.
You can't ask for a better shot than that either. It was a really great shot by a really great shooter.
Vargas running some clock, calls for the screen from Echenique. He turns it over. Fulvio up ahead. He launches the three. That's good.
Fulvio realizes they needed that. The time is running down. Did not even hesitate.
1:08 to play. It's now a two-possession game, 66-60, and Nestor Garcia takes timeout. Both teams with one timeout left, 1:08 to play. We're back in Caracas in just a moment. Nine three-pointers on the night for Venezuela, just 4 for Brazil. 4 and 13 from the arc.
Craig, it seems like those 9 three-pointers that Venezuela's hit, I say 7 of them were super big.
And it took them a while to get that going too, right? And after they got going, that's what they do.
I mean, Lewis hit a few that were just extraordinary at the right time when they needed it.
4 players in double figures for Venezuela: Echenique, Lewis, Vargas, and Vargas.
Brazil looking to trap and speed up Venezuela.
Yeah, Venezuela
Don't
just
rush
content
it.
to run some time.
Now Brazil don't want to foul.
This looks like Dean Smith, 1981. Now Gregory Vargas, the floater, good! That may do it. Gets the lead to 8 with 45.8 left. And Brazil takes its final timeout.
Great game by Gregory Vargas. That's just the finish punch that may be, but this guy brought a lot of heart. Little guy with the big heart. And put the ball under his arm and said, see, this is my house. This is my house. This is our house. We're in Venezuela. Let's remind everybody about that.
Another exciting game. We saw Bolivia defeat Ecuador in overtime, 75-74 in the day's first game. Then it was Uruguay 88-56 over Chile, Argentina 97-69 over Colombia. And this one just about in the books.
And Brazil really have to play the three-point game here. They want to take a quick three and then stop the clock right away with either a steal or a foul. That's the only option they have.
Don't forget, Brazil tied it at the 5:50 mark on a three-point play by Oliveira. Then the next possession, Barthélemy hit a huge three-pointer to put Venezuela back up by 3 at 60-57. And Brazil has not gotten any closer. Fulvio fouled by Gregory Vargas.
And then Lewis with some extra curriculum, but they both look at each other and they know they're just playing ball out here.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Well, Lewis was going for the foul in case Vargas didn't get him, and Fulvio understood that.
It's good that the guys are like that. They have that understanding.
And what about Brazil, though? They ran the out-of-bound plays, but recognize that Venezuela might have fouled because they're not in the bonus yet, and now they're going to start with a different out-of-bounds play.
Fulvio gets it back. Into the corner for Jefferson for three,
made
double
him-
clutch. That goes out of bounds. It'll be Venezuela ball, and not a person in Poliedro de Caracas is seated.
Jefferson on that three-pointer. The key was the guy that contested that and made him double clutch his shot.
A beautiful play, though, after the handoff, a flare screen to the corner, but even better defense by Venezuela.
Yes.
So Brazil needs to first try to get a steal and second foul.
Coelho in the backcourt,
And they choose not to. I wonder why.
guarding Cubalon. Out to Vargas. Now Venezuela just playing keep away. And these fans can sense it.
Oh,
they're trying to
a lot
foul.
of contact, and the referee's
Yeah.
not calling. Oh. Yeah, they allow too much time to lapse off the clock. It's definitely over now unless they had a miracle. But I just didn't understand why they didn't foul earlier to at least still give themselves a chance.
Well, I don't even think it would take a miracle. I think somebody coming in walking on water couldn't even save Brazil right now. 11.6 to play, and the lead is 9.
But we witnessed a patient, disciplined Venezuela squad. They did not have the best.
Relentless Venezuela squad.
Did not have a great first half, but kept fighting through.
They didn't let the lead get too far out of hand. They kept at it, and the momentum came their way, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Three-pointer wouldn't matter anyway. Echenique the rebound. And with half a second left, a foul is called, and this place was ready to explode as their beloved Vino Tinto about to take down Brazil and head to the semifinals to face Uruguay.
If I understood correctly, they're saying ganamos, which means we won.
Venezuela has indeed won 70-60 in a thrilling contest that saw Brazil tie the game with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left, only to have Luis Barthelemy a moment later hit a three-pointer to give Venezuela the lead. It would not relinquish. 70-60, the final. Brazil is on to the semifinals to take on Argentina, and that is a big rivalry game. Venezuela, meanwhile, will take on Uruguay. We presume the Brazil-Argentina game will be at 5:15 tomorrow, followed up at 7:30 by Venezuela-Uruguay. The seventh place game will be at 11:30. Bolivia and Chile, followed at 1:45 by Paraguay and Colombia. Venezuela shooting 60% from two-point range. Brazil just 48%. Venezuela 9 of 23 for 39% from three. Brazil just 4 of 15 for 27%. Brazil out-rebounded Venezuela. Venezuela with 4 more turnovers. Brazil more points in the paint by 4. As you look at the game leaders and the top scorers, let's run them down. For Brazil, Davi Roseto, 8 points. Jefferson Andrade, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Jimmy Oliveira, 2 points. Olivinha, 2 points, 9 rebounds. Fulvio, 6 points, 8 assists. Rafael had 7 points. Joao Batista, 3 points. Leo Mendel, 5 points. And Marcus Toledo had 5. For Venezuela, Gregory Echenique had 12 points, 5 boards. Dwight Lewis, 16 points, 3 rebounds. Gregory Vargas 12 and 2. Cubalon had 7. Jose Vargas 10. Barthélemy with 5, but none bigger than that three-pointer with 4:43 to play to put Venezuela back on top by 3 in a lead they would not relinquish. Perez had 4. Cazorla with that three-pointer at the end of the first half. And Nestor Colmenares 1 point and 6 rebounds. Here's a look at Minejo.
That's when Brazil pulled things together.
Yeah.
And tied the game, as a matter of fact.
Pretty spin move by Olivinha. And this one is in the book. 70-60. Venezuela beats Brazil. We will be back tomorrow morning at 11:20 for the pregame for the 7th place game between Bolivia and Chile. Then at 1:45, it's Paraguay and Colombia. 5:15, Brazil, Argentina. And at 7:30, Venezuela, Uruguay.
And big game by Paraguay, Colombia. That will define the 5th place spot. And that 5th place spot qualifies to Group A of the new competition system.
So we will keep an eye on that tomorrow. For Louis Shine and Victor Mansour and everybody at FIBA, I'd like to thank you for joining us. I'm Craig Feda. We will see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody, and thanks for watching.
Beta.